which rookie running back would you rather roster rest of season? Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, Cam Skattebo, or I'll give you an option if you want to throw, JCM, someone else into that mix. Ashton Jeanty currently RB13, 15.3 fantasy points per game. According to Fantasy Pros, he has a 4-star rest of season strength of schedule, meaning it's a good schedule for Jeanty down the stretch. Omarion Hampton, RB12 in fantasy points per game, 15.4 points as well. And on IR right now, not out for the season, though, is on track to be sidelined over the 4-game minimum per Mike Garafolo there. So going to be missing some time, Omarion Hampton, but does have a 4-star strength of schedule if he returns. Quinshon Judkins, RB20, 13.1 points per game. Also has a 4-star strength of schedule ahead. And then Cam Skattebo, baby, running down with his head straight to the ground, RB11, 16.6 points per game, 3-star strength of schedule. Eric, when it comes to these 3 rookie running backs, how do you sort this one out for who you would rather roster rest of season? Also, IBT family members, you can drop your thoughts on these debates right here in the live chat, and whoever wins will give a point to whoever the consensus agrees with. So, Eric, you're up first, man.
Ooh. So I think there's a pretty clear tier break amongst these 4, and they actually happen to be neatly sorted on this graphic. Omarion Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, smell you later, both incredibly talented runners, not out here trying to wager rest of season anything on a guy that's currently on IR. In Quinshon Judkins, I think he will be dragged down by a very ineffective Cleveland offense from time to time. Whereas Jeanty and Skattebo are neck and neck in that race for me. Really, the legitimate tiebreaker is that Skattebo leads neck first into every bit of contact he can find on the field, and that makes him a bit more of an injury risk for me. Also, he's just, from an athletic standpoint, not nearly as talented as Ashton Jeanty. So I'll go with Jeanty. I think he has a higher likelihood for more of these ceiling games that aren't of the 3, 4, 5 touchdown variety. He can do it on accumulating some yardage, and I think his ability to stay on the field will be a bit higher.
I think Jeanty's ceiling might be a little bit lower, but I think he'll be the more consistent one, 19.8 touches per game. So leading everyone in that metrics, Quinshon Judkins and Skattebo would be left last in that here in 17 touches per game, Steve. So hearing that, are you going with Ashton Jeanty or Cam Skattebo, or is it maybe one of these other guys?
I am going Ashton Jeanty rest of season. Followed by Quinshon Judkins, and then Skattebo, and then Omarion Hampton. Just because Hampton, I don't know what's going on with that injury. Until we know more, I'm out on him. But if he gets a diagnosis of like, hey, he'll be back in 3 weeks, then flip Skattebo down to last, and I will take Hampton over him. Jeanty does have the highest ceiling, I believe. He also has the safest floor. Skattebo is 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of runner. It's fun to watch in a weird, twisted way, kind of like, watching someone get CTE progressively throughout the season, as fun as that can possibly be. This man will not be able to spell his name by the end of the season, let alone like healthily handle a full workload. I do expect Tyrone Tracy to also start cutting into that more and more and more as he returns healthy. So Jeanty, unquestioned RB1 of this group.
Man, I think you're disrespecting Cam a little bit. Like, first of all, we did get clarity on why he's always shaking his head, and apparently he just like has a little like OCD tendency. He likes to just make sure his helmet's on straight and it needs to fit perfect. And he said like it used to stick to the side of his face before he had a nice beard going there. So I think with Cam Skattebo, like I don't know, man. I think they told us what we're going to expect from Tyrone Tracy. I know it was first game back from the injury, but he was a full practice all last week. I know it was a short week, but I think Cam Skattebo, I'm with Eric. I think it's neck and neck. Like how big of a difference? What would you have to give up, Eric, to move from Cam Skattebo up to Ashton Jeanty? Do you think like in a trade?
I mean, it's definitely Skattebo plus, right? Whether it's handcuffed to a player that I need or like more of a stashy type of lottery ticket player. I don't know, and Isaiah Bond or Aronde Gatson, someone that would be like a kind of medium to higher waiver priority on any given week. Something along those lines. They're not too far off, point being.
Okay. How are you ranking these guys? Like, I would say it's Jeanty, Cam, and then I'd go Quinshon over Omarion just because of the injury. Steve, what about you?
Ashton, Quinshon, Cam, and Omarion. But if Omarion gets a decent bill of health in the next week, flip Skattebo to last.
Okay. Eric?
I've got them exactly as you do. I think Ashton and Cam are relatively close. Then Quinshon, and I mean, we can be optimistic, but I don't think that we're getting good news on Omarion Hampton in the immediate term. So being without him for a few more weeks and potentially longer is tough to stomach.
Yeah, the thing that takes Omarion down is if the Chargers really are snooping out there for running back depth, like what happens if they go out and grab someone like a Breece Hall on an expiring contract or something like that, and then Omarion comes back and they already invested, a day 2, day 3 pick into someone like that. So that could be an issue.
Whether or not they do, right? Like if they're legitimately having those conversations, it's because they have concerns about his ability to make a return in the short term, right? Mm-hmm. They're not going out there giving up meaningful capital if they're confident he's going to be back the moment he's eligible off IR, right?
Well, and the thing with like Quinshon, where I don't think I can have him above Cam right now, Steve, is 2.4 targets per game. Cam Skattebo 4 targets per game, and that's with a week 1 performance. He really didn't see much action at all. So I don't know, man. I like Quinshon.
He's Derrick Henry. He's Derrick Henry, right? Like,
yeah,
going to be out there making some people look dumb. But if he doesn't get into the end zone, it's going to be real tough to roster him.